Yes, you already know what it is. Two of the best bad guys in the biz. I go by the name of Steph Ronan, and that's my main man, Aaron McKee.
What up, y'all?
And we are your 4-4 Heels. And we'd like to welcome you to Word on the Street. And we're going to kick this week off with a very exciting announcement that we said last week we have down the pipe for you guys. Big news. Breaking news. The 4-4 Heels podcast is now the official sponsor of the energy drink.
They sponsored us. Woo Energy, 404 Heels, brought to you by Woo Energy, baby. We in this thing. We gonna get some merch, some good stuff. It's all coming down the road. We just got word today. 404 Heels, Woo Energy, match made in heaven, baby.
Exactly. I mean, you got a wrestling podcast with a wrestling energy drink brand like Woo Energy. It's the best thing. It's the best of both worlds. So make sure you guys stay tuned and make sure you keep your eyes peeled for Woo Energy drink and keep your eyes peeled for Word on the Street by 4-4 Heels podcast. Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. Woo! One last one. ESPN, bro. They getting all these WWE PLEs. The word on the street, we don't know. Is it $29.99 a month? Do you get it if you got YouTube TV, Direct TV? We don't know. Is it going to be on ESPN too? We don't really know anything, but everyone keeps speculating stuff. But I can tell you this much. If I see Stephen A on my fucking WWE television, I'm going to lose it, bro. He was on there joking with Roman, talking about, ooh, you need a manager. And I know Stephen A. He does not need a manager. We don't need none of that, Stephen A. Stay off my TV. You already got embarrassed when you tried to do UFC. It was crazy. You were crazy talking, didn't know much about the sport, came in there, yakking your jaw. You say you're a lifelong fan, bro, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Stephen A. And you hate my Cowboys, bro. But how you feel about this merger? Everyone's saying it's going to cost like $500 a year to be a WWE fan with all the streaming networks. You need the Netflix. But foreign territories, France, Asia, all these other places, all they need is Netflix. That's all they need. Yeah. We have to have 3 different things to watch our WWE. How you feel, bro?
First of all, for the business itself, for the professional wrestling industry, this is a big move. This is more eyes on the product, more eyes to our industry. So that is the positive of that. The negative is being a consumer, a fellow consumer like you are. They are nickel and diming us like all the way down to the riverbank, to the pole house, man.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why can't they just have their own app like they used to and just keep and have everything in there. The libraries, the Raw, the SmackDown, show everything on your own app, your PLEs. Have everything on your own app. Let us pay. I mean, they can charge me $14.99 a month. I would still pay. You know what I'm saying? But at least I get Raw, I get SmackDown, I get NXT, I get everything under the WWE umbrella on one app. But no, we got to go over here. We got to go there. We got to go everywhere to watch different programs, man. And so, and then you still got to mention SmackDown's on USA.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. Business-wise, as far as being recognized and notoriety, you know what I'm saying, is great brand awareness for the industry of professional wrestling. So, because they basically merged with Disney. This is basically what they're doing. So, you thought WWE is PG. And then wait till you see what's about to happen now.
See, I don't think that's going to affect it though, because UFC is still under Disney, ESPN, all that, and they still let crappy people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just brought Brock Lesnar with all the controversy around that, and ESPN must have known you were bringing back Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think they're cool with it. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the product changes. What I always complain about AEW, more people would watch if you didn't charge $50 for pay-per-view. Put that shit on HBO Max for free as long as you have HBO Max. Now, WWE's like, let's charge them $30 a month to watch our shit. Yeah. I'm like, what is going on, guys?
Yeah.
What's going on? I already got to put a second mortgage on my house if I ever want to go to a WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? If I ever want to step foot in WrestleMania arena, I got to sell my fucking house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're right about that.
It's crazy, bro. They just keep taking and taking and taking. And I think Nick Khan, he was like, they were like, do you have a problem? Do you think it's going to be a problem with like fans wanting to pay the $30 a month? He's like, nah, I don't see a problem. He's like, they'll do it. Like, he was just kind of like cocky about it. Like, I'm fully fully confident that the WWE fan will, spend that 30. Some WWE fans don't have $30 extra a month to spend on wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Those fans exist, and I think it's a lot more than a lot little.
And I think you're right, but at the same time, the arrogance of the devil, Nick Khan, you know what I'm saying? The arrogance of this man to sit here and say that, oh yeah, just brush it off with so nonchalantly, just brush it off and say, yeah, they will go ahead and pay the $30, no problem. But check this out though, bro. Like, what you don't understand is, like you said, folks don't got it like that. And it seems to me that you don't know your fan base, or maybe he does know the fan base and know, like, no matter what we do, they're gonna consume. We could jack the price up to $60, they still was consumed. He said we can put the most shittiest storylines on TV, and next week they complain about the sorry's Raw, and next week they're gonna still watch the same way. So again, I asked the fan base, I asked WWE fan base, if you don't like these things that they're doing to the WWE and you want changes, then why do you keep watching? You gotta
stop watching. They gotta see less eyeballs to change anything. They gotta see empty seats in arenas, bro.
Right.
Undertaker was on his podcast. He said back in the early 90s, he said, I could take a handful of rocks and throw it into the stands and guarantee I wouldn't hit people. He said, guarantee I wouldn't hit people. It was that bad. He said, we was week to week, everything. But like now, every stadium looks sold out. And that's like, they're just gonna keep charging more if they stay selling out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, look what happened after SummerSlam Night 1. They released more tickets, took some tarps off some more sections for Night 2 because the demand was so high, bro.
Well, I will say this. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to speak about that on the SummerSlam review. Go check it out. We got it out right now, 404 HEELZ SummerSlam. I was saying, wow, first night was only 52. Second night was 61. Could it have been the John Cena effect?
I mean, yeah, and everyone thought The Rock was coming back too. I'm sure that added a little juice to the fire. But then it was Brock Lesnar, which crowd erupted. Whatever let's get into it, bro. Paul Heyman's podcast with Ariel Helwani, bro. He said about Brock Lesnar, he said, they was like, what do you feel about the criticism of Brock Lesnar? And he basically said, who cares? He was like, who cares? He was like, that's your criticism. Good for you. Brock Lesnar's a draw. He makes money. Whatever your personal feelings are, who cares? I was like, damn, bro. They and then even Triple H, bad choice of words for Triple H when they asked him on ESPN of Brock Lesnar's return. He said, well, Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. He basically does what he wants. I said, ooh, bad choice of words, brother. Bad choice of words right there.
Well, it's like we discussed yesterday, and I said there's fan favorites, there's draws, and there's attractions.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar is an attraction.
Yeah. So I think number 1, 2, 3, and 4 shirt sales is Roman Reigns 1, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar.
Could be. I mean, it's Paul Heyman. He's not going to throw Brock Lesnar in the bus. I mean, that's guy.
His boy. Yeah.
He's going to stand by him. I mean, hell, he low key standing by Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I've heard him in interviews.
A lot of wrestlers are.
They are. So, shout out to Vince McMahon, who was seen after Hulk Hogan's funeral and who was on the same plane with Triple H and Stephanie. So all those rumors about Stephanie not talking and this beef between Vince McMahon and his son-in-law, and it's not true. It's not true. They're family, trust me. And I guarantee you, Vince McMahon still has a say-so. I would be surprised if they don't run certain things by Vince McMahon and Vince McMahon puts his input and they run with it.
They might have family discussions, but I don't think Vince makes any call TKO wise.
No.
I'm not saying ideas.
I'm not saying with TKO. I'm just saying Triple H leaning on Vince for help to help guide him through this times of him being, the head creative. I mean, shit. I know if I was Triple H and my father-in-law was Vince McMahon and I'm in this position, I'd be hitting him up like, hey, what you think about this? How would you spend this? I mean, just Mr. Man. I mean, he's been it. He is it. So why not ask him? He could say something might spark another idea. It may not be the idea that you run with from him, but it might spark another idea based on what he said that can improve what y'all are doing. Yeah. So it's always good to have more cooks in the kitchen who actually know how to chef. You feel me?
Yeah. And hopefully Vince McMahon shaved off that weird ass mustache. Hopefully that's gone.
He did. I'm gonna look like goddamn Charlie Chaplin.
But yeah, so Ariel asked, he said Charlie Chaplin, yeah. Ariel asked Paul Heyman about the Rock, Travis Scott situation. Paul Heyman basically said, look, every meeting I had with Travis Scott, it went well. There was a falling out. They decided to move on. Same with the Rock. He didn't say there was a falling out. They just said he kind of chose a different direction. Ariel asked, was The Rock supposed to be at WrestleMania? And Paul Heyman was like, I don't know. Call Rock. Get him in here. You ask him. He was like, I was too busy doing other shit with other talent, with my storyline and stuff. He's like, I wasn't worried about Cody and Cena. But he basically said there definitely was a falling out with Travis Scott.
Yes.
And I think it was just Travis Scott's lack of commitment is what everyone's saying. Yeah.
So looking at Paul Heyman, the one thing I know about Paul Heyman is when he is withholding truth or facts or any parts of the story, his face turns beet red.
Yeah.
And his face was very red. And I said, oh, shit. So he's not going to tell all. I mean, he's under contract with WWE, and they want to keep that in-house. They don't want to put that out because
Especially
WWE is looking at it. Well, yes. Well, definitely with Brock. But when it comes to Travis Scott, they're looking at it as we don't want to burn the bridge with Travis Scott by bashing him, even though he did what he did. Maybe somewhere down the line, he still might want to work with us, and we can still benefit.
That's what Paul kind of said. He was like, he's done for now, but is he done forever? Right. I don't know. You know?
So, you know.
And then so he asked him about Bill Goldberg because he was like, Bill Goldberg was on my show right after Saturday Night Matter. And Paul Heyman gave the best. And shout out Paul Heyman, bro. This was like Paul Heyman. This wasn't the character Paul Heyman. This was Paul Heyman interview. You don't see that a lot. You don't see that a lot in interviews. But Paul Heyman was like, it's Bill. And he's like, what's that mean? He's like, it's Bill. He's like, so you expected this from him to like make these comments? He's like, it's Bill. It's Bill. He was basically saying, fuck yes, I expected Bill to be upset about because he was upset about everything. That's the way I interpreted
Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
This is what we were saying. We were saying this shit. It's Bill Goldberg. Everybody thinking like I'm saying like, no, it's the character. No, it's Bill Goldberg.
That's his persona.
That's who he is. He's always been like this.
Yeah.
He's always been this way. So come on. That's what I don't know. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't think some people really know who they watching and what they watching sometimes, bro. So they just think like, oh no, it's Bill Goldberg, bro.
It's Bill.
And he has a right.
It's Bill, bro.
He has a right. Exactly. But he has the right to vent his frustrations on his own retirement. You mean to tell me people are getting mad at Goldberg for venting his frustrations on his retirement, on his career?
My thing is, why didn't he say no? If they're like, this is the plan, this is what's happening at Saturday Night Main Event, Bill still went along with it. You know what I'm saying? Money, time and money.
Time is of the essence, bro. It's like he ain't no spring chicken, man. Yeah. He can't sit here and wait another 2 years. And you know his body be in the 60s then. You know what I'm saying? So time is of the essence.
Instead of getting a bushel of grapes, you're like, I'll take the 3 or 4 you're offering me type thing, you know? Instead of getting the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I was like, you could have said no at any time, Bill. I know they pitched you with some lines. You probably gave your opinion, which I would love to know what his idea for the perfect retirement would be. But
he already said it.
What was it? Retiring with the belt too?
No, he said his perfect retirement would him losing, but putting up a good match at a PLE against Roman Reigns.
Just not Saturday night. Oh, you wanted Roman Reigns.
He wanted Roman Reigns.
Stop. You got Gunther, bro. Gunther's not nothing to bat your eyes at all, bro.
He's not, but let's be honest though. Come on. Let's be honest here. Goldberg and Roman Reigns has a better ring than Goldberg and Gunther.
He has a better ring though, but do you think the match would have been better?
I think it would have been better. Because you have two similar powerhouse wrestling styles going against each other. Two spear versus spear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? The most dominant person in the WWE going against a former most dominant person in WCW. The storylines y'all can intertwine, the things you can say, because so many similarities between those two, and the fact that it's Roman Reigns, and this is Goldberg. Y'all act like we're talking about a mid-carder here, or upper mid-carder. We're talking about an attraction. Okay, I told you he was not only a draw, but Goldberg is an attraction. As you seen at 58 years old, he's damn near sold out 10,000. He did sold out a 10,000 seat arena in State Farm in the A. He's an attraction.
I'll give it to him. He should have had a PLE. He should have had a PLE instead of.
And it should have been Roman Reigns.
Nah,
it should have been Roman Reigns.
Hell no. I mean, I would have had to see the build to it, But I mean, they planted this Gunther Goldberg thing a year in advance, or in October of last year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's been a while, but I guess Saturday Night Main Event was a little disrespectful. But it was in Atlanta, his second home. So
yeah, but see, the problem is they use him just to counterbook AEW, and that's what the thing I think it hurts him the most. And again, you cannot get mad at a person who dislikes their own retirement for their own career. I can't sit here and tell this motherfucker, hey, bro, you should be happy. Bro, I didn't put my body on the line for those many years like he did. So he wants to complain. He has more than a reason to complain.
Bro, I think if I was in WWE or something like that, I would be like, like a Dom type of, I would just say, yeah, I'll do that. I don't care. Like a Chelsea Green. She's like, someone's got to lose. I'll fucking lose for this money. I don't give a shit, man. Like, I'm here. I'm in the big show. Someone's got to lose. I'll do whatever y'all want. You know what I'm saying? But Paul Heyman, bro, he brought up the resident bad guy, Karrion Kross, and he compared him to one Stone Cold Steve Austin. And before I let you give your theory, dumbasses online are like, how can you compare Karrion Kross to Stone Cold Steve Austin? That's not what he did. He compared the fan support and the rise part to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Exactly.
Now, what Karrion Kross does from here with it, that's on Karrion Kross. Can he turn into a Stone Cold? Possibly. Will it be a bust? Possibly. Probably not. Definitely not. But what's your theory on this whole Karrion Kross contract? It's been said that they offered him a contract. We don't know if it's signed. What's your theory?
First off, you're absolutely right as far as correcting the fucking marks on the IWC saying that, he's comparing to Stone Cold. No, he's comparing the rise, the fandom behind Kross without the big machine pushing Kross.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got behind Stone Cold organically, just like we're getting behind Kross organically. So he's absolutely right in that faction. Well, my theory is Karrion Kross and Scarlett is already signed. They've been signed. I think this is just something that since the news got out about their contract is already out, they went ahead and said, well, how about we turn this into a storyline? Let's see how much more momentum we can build and anticipation we can have built from the fans for you guys. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it feels like it's doing. And then right when everything is going to come, crosses one day, when we think he's going to be out the company, we think they both are out, they're going to appear out of nowhere. And the pace is going to go fucking crazy, which is going to kick off the road to Royal Rumble.
Where Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns wins.
Let me say this. I would not be surprised, bro, if they drag this shit out to the point to where, because we got how many more months we got left in this year?
What is it? August. So we got 4 more months.
4 more months left.
So we got 6 months till Rumble, basically, give or take. Half a year.
Do you see them holding Kross and Scarlett out that long just for them to pop up at the Royal Rumble and to win it?
Like I said, I'd be a yes man. I'd be paid to sit at home. Give me that check, big dog. If I could sit out for 6 months and take a break for 6 months, hell yeah. Let him do some indie shows so it seems like he's really not signed to WWE type shit.
Yeah.
But, bro, the moment that gave it away for me in this Paul Heyman interview is when he was asked about Kross. And he said, look, yeah, the crowd's behind him, but if he's Intercontinental Champion, is he U.S. Champion right away? Is the crowd still reacting like this? I said, oh, fuck, this is a work, bro. This has been a work the whole fucking time, bro. He said, like, because that made perfect sense to me. Right when he got hot, if they would have gave him the Intercontinental Championship, what would have happened? He'd just be, I don't think the push would still be. Now it seems like WWE and Karrion Kross are feuding, bro. So it makes the fans fucking love this man even more, bro. I was like, this shit is one of the best works I've seen of all time, bro.
It's a work. It's definitely
and it started at WrestleMania with the post conference thing where he went ape shit, bro. Talking about what? The contract got leaked, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, it's been a work since WrestleMania, bro.
The whole
and even Triple
time.
H, when the crowd was saying we want Kross, Triple H did a work and said, I gave y'all Brock. Bro, it's been I was like, bro, at first I was like, they're trying to get rid of this man. I think now I'm like, Paul Heyman gave it away, bro. It's been a work this whole fucking time. It's a
work. Every little Easter egg that they've been planting has been a work the entire time. From them backstage, how did they leak my contract information? It's out.
Yeah.
Fuck. You know what I'm saying? To
Karrion Kross's YouTube documentary. Work.
Exactly.
Work.
Everything has been a work. This is why I feel like Kross hasn't really been that vocal about anything. He's just been saying everybody be patient and be respectful and this and all
I hear y'all. I hear y'all. Getting the fans more involved, bro.
He knows what's going on. They know what's going on. They in on it. They are working us to the fucking T, and it's working. That's why it's called a work, because it's fucking working. And I guarantee you, he's going to miss some time.
Yeah.
And we're going to see how people react.
We're gonna be watching AEW every weekend, waiting for him to show up. We're like, "Where's Kross? Where's Kross?"
Right.
But we know now it's a work, motherfuckers.
I would guarantee you that within this time, a little information is gonna come out saying Karrion Kross still isn't signed, and he's disgruntled, and Karrion Kross is looking elsewhere for promotion. Insiders say AEW is a possibility type. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna start whirling and whirling and whirling. I'm telling you. So. Yeah, it's a work though. It's a work. To me, like I said, I think they already signed. I think
you heard it here on 4 Foot. They signed a while ago, bro.
A while back.
Probably at WrestleMania, bro. Kross, we'll find out eventually, bro. We gonna get you on this podcast eventually.
That's right.
We'll talk to you.
Hey, Kross, you gonna jump on the pod? We gonna chop it up with your boys, the 4 HEELZ.
Years later. Obviously, y'all are in the work right now. You know what I'm saying? But bro. Paul Heyman also say, they kind of look forward to this WrestleMania 2 years from now, 3 years from now. But he said the original plans for this WrestleMania that just passed was Roman Seth, Punk versus Gunther. Cool. That would have been awesome, bro. That would have been awesome. But he also said, and this is what pissed me off that he said it, Roman Cody 3 for the third year in a row was also floated out there. I was like, motherfucker, I wanted that so bad, bro. But I think, word on the street, it's coming next year.
It is.
Cody Roman 3, bro.
Yep. I saw that, and I was like, I immediately thought about you. I was like, my boy is going to be happy about his trilogy getting completed. So, yeah.
And Roman wins, damn it.
Of course. This is where they're leading to. As soon as Roman gets done with all this, Punk and
Rollins,
all Rollins, and he gets done with this, and he's gonna get into a program with the MFTs and the Bloodline. Once he get done with all this, WrestleMania.
Let me ask you this: Clash in Paris, as we've been calling it. The first couple posters came out, no Roman Reigns. IWC thought, he's going away to film a movie, but that apparently doesn't start till September now, September 2nd, so right after Clash in Paris. But no Roman Reigns posters. This deal with ESPN happens. Roman Reigns Clash in Paris posters, bro. Do you think that's ESPN being like, hey, we're signing you the next PLE this upcoming year? I know it don't take effect until 2026, but you think like ESPN was like, we'll sign you, but we want Roman Reigns right after we make this announcement. Because we got Roman Reigns scheduled for a couple Raws and then Clash in Paris.
No, I don't think ESPN had anything to do with that. I think they have multiple posters like they normally do when they PLEs. I just think they just released the one without Roman on it first.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Roman's definitely is definitely going to be active for the rest of the year. I will find it hard for him to miss any more time for an extended period like he's done this past 6 months, upcoming for the rest of the year. I really find it hard. He may not be on every Raw and he may not be on every PLE, but he'll be a lot more frequent than he was once. So
yeah. You know why Roman's a GOAT, bro? In my opinion, bro, Show goes off the air Raw last night. Crazy, or Monday night. Crazy ending. Schmaz. Everyone's coming out. CM Punk, all this. Roman, surprise fucking showing. We thought that motherfucker flew home right after the first fucking SummerSlam show. Loses his motherfucking shoes again to the Tribal Thief. He's going to add it to the Shula Fala. But, bro, so the cameras ends. Roman's getting up. He obviously knows fans are still recording him, bro. Starts walking to get out of the ring. Looks down. Realizes his shoes are gone again. And just his facial reactions, bro. That's why I think he's one of the greatest of all time, bro.
Yeah.
Because he can sell something with just his face, bro.
Yes.
His fucking face just sells. Other wrestlers like LA Knight don't sell with his face.
No, he doesn't.
Like, I can't even. Who is a second that can sell with just their facial expressions, bro?
CM Punk is real good.
CM Punk's good. John Cena's pretty good with his heel run.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good, but no one sells the face like Roman Reigns, bro. Just his
it's part of
emotions, his reactions, I don't know who he learned that from, because Big Dog Roman didn't have that shit at all.
He tried. But it wasn't as polished as he tried, but it wasn't as polished as Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
So, this is, again, it's the little things in wrestling that makes it makes it impact.
Yeah.
He looked down and his face saw, even when he's being recorded, and like you talking about that same part with him and he's walking back with no shoes on, and CM Punk say, well, maybe if you would have got here on time, this and this and that would have happened. And he says, but his facial expressions while he's saying this to Punk, is very animated, but it's not overly animated to the point to where you think that he's just playing a character. You feel like this is really him. This is how he comes about his business. And he tells him, I ain't come out here to save your ass, bro. He said, again, I ain't come out here to save you.
He's like, I'm not here for you. I'm here for my blood. I don't give a fuck if they beating your ass. You know what I mean?
And so, which leads to tell me that eventually we're sometime within before the end of the year, we're getting a CM Punk and Roman match.
You think before the end of the year?
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, bro. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. We're going to get a CM Punk and Roman match because that's what CM Punk always said, that he wanted to wrestle. He wanted to wrestle the Tribal Chief.
And he's going to lose to the Tribal Chief.
Well, of course. Of course. You know what I mean? But, yeah, Roman Reigns, it's the little things, it's facial expressions, and this is why Jim Cornette is always so adamant about face. It's like you have to sell with the face.
Mm-hmm. So, tell that story. And you know who's learned a lot from that? From Roman? Solo Sikoa, bro. That
Big
motherfucker, that motherfucker sells a lot with his. His might be a little bit more goofy and animated. Yeah. But it's still, he's selling with the face, bro. All right. We moving on to AEW and MVP, bro. How do you feel about this? Backstage rumors, hates Speedball, Hurts and the Kid don't want to work. They don't want to lose to certain people. That's why I'm saying if FTR wins this tournament, they ain't dropping the titles of FTR unless this is also a work.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. I think this is a work. Yeah. I think this is a work by MVP. It's like I sent you that reel last night after the Raw and stuff, and I'm so convinced that this is the new kayfabe. This is what the new kayfabe is going to be. We're
leak a little to the IWC.
To the internet. We're going to work the internet, and people are going to think it's real, and we're going to portray that onto our TV show. Yeah. And we're going to tie everything together. So I feel like this is the new kayfabe. Yeah.
Even everyone online's like, MVP had a problem with WWE locker room. Now he's got a problem with AEW locker room. The problem's him. I was like, man, this could be a work too, bro. God damn it.
And you know what set it off? And I think this report came out to counteract that. The report came out about the AEW locker room. It said that it's as high as it's ever been, and if there is any problems, it is easily handled without any pushback. And it's like the morale in the locker room is great. So I'm like, how is this MVP stuff is coming out? And then this report comes out about the locker room morale is being great.
And at the same time, they separate from MJF. So it seems even more real that there is locker room. Bro, dude, if you go into thinking everything's a work, wrestling is so much fun, bro. It's so much fun, bro.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of wrestling. This is why I was so against the Unreal show. But, like we talked about, like, it didn't show too much, but it still was like, wrestling is so much fun to watch when you think everything's a work. When you think it's a work. And that's the whole point of wrestling.
Yeah.
When you know too much about it, you lose some of the magic about it. And I don't want to lose the magic about it. I love the magic about pro wrestling. I don't want to know too much of how they do things in the ring. I want to keep that unknown because I love to enjoy this genre of entertainment.
Yeah.
So, no. But yeah, everything could be a work. And I think this MVP shit is a work because who are they feuding with right now? Speedball.
Yeah.
Jet Speed. With Speedball Mike Bailey. So this is another way of probably to help get Speedball more over. Because look what happened last night. Speedball had a singles match against who?
Moxley. John motherfucking Moxley.
So you mean to tell me a report came out about MVP not liking Speedball? The next day on Dynamite, he has a match, not with just anybody, but with one of the top stars in the company, which is John Moxley?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fishy, bro. Fishy. And that's the thing you said. It's like, it's all about the magic. And I feel like they just finding out new tricks to give us that magic. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, bro. Crazy, bro.
We here for it, bro. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Keep us on our toes. Keep us on what's going on,
What's real, what's not real, all that good stuff, bro.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro. Let's get into The Undertaker. I listened to the podcast this morning at the gym with motherfucker. There it is, The Undertaker eyes. He's on there with my main man, the Ring General Gunther. And Undertaker says he's noticing in the WWE, he called out, this motherfucker is getting paid by WWE now, right now. He's on a WWE podcast. And he said, and Gunther agreed, there's a lack of sharpness within WWE matches because of, lack of house shows, lack of reps, lack of everything, bro. How you feel about it, bro?
Look.
When the Undertaker says it, bro, you can't argue. He said he's noticing the little things now that it's like, that would never happen back. Like, just little fucking things, bro. Yeah.
Yes.
And I agree. There's some sloppy moments. None other more sloppy than that women's, this is AEW, but that fucking chair spot with Queen Aminata, was it Ty Mayo, where she just fell into the chair and took the chair bump, bro? That was bad. That was bad, bro.
Oh my God. That was.
But that's AEW doesn't have house shows at all. WWE has very few house shows, but it's just a lack of it. And Gunther talked about it. He was like, I was wrestling for 15, 20 years before I made it to the WWE. Yeah. Now these new people, like he even said, like the Creed brothers.
You said it last night.
They're just athletic beasts that can make it. And Gunther gave him praise. He was like, I can't do the shit they're doing. And I've been in the business for this long. You know what I'm saying? They're just athletic beasts, but they don't know the intricacies of wrestling. Right. And that's what Undertaker was saying, bro.
The transitions, yes, it's a lost art in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And like you said last night, Tiffany Stratton, less than 5 years. Who else you said less than 5 years last night?
I mean, a bunch of Braun Breaker, bro. Less than 5 years. But Braun Breaker grew up in the business at least. He's a Steiner,
it's in his bloodline, literally. But again, that's not giving him physical experience.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Carmelo Hayes, less than 5 years in the bit. I mean, all these. Well, I don't know if Carmelo was a wrestler before. I don't think he was he? I know he's like 30 though. I don't know if he wrestled in the Indies.
His background. Yeah. I don't know too much about Carmelo Hayes' background.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm telling you, is sloppiness, is clunky. There isn't as polished. It's not as finished. And this is one of the things that turns me off about the E. If the difference is if AEW does a botch, it looks totally different because they're moving at such a fast pace.
Yeah.
They are so strong style with their moves and they're in connecting. It's so physical. So, but when it's in the E, when they do a botch at the pace that they're running,
more noticeable.
It is so much more noticeable.
Yeah.
And it looks so horrible. And it just puts like
except for the chair spot. That was bad. That's bad. That was the worst botch I think I've ever seen. Ever.
No,
in the history.
I've seen worse.
Bro, she just went into the chair while Queen Aminata was bent over. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Bro, I've seen that. I'm gonna put that under the category of one of my pet peeve of wrestling. When you try something and don't connect and you sell it. Like, I hate that.
I knew what was supposed to happen. Queen Aminata was just supposed to like stand up and push her into the chair.
Now, what I think did happen, because I think she grabbed one of her left legs that was away from the camera and did like this, and she did like that. So we gotta rewatch that to make sure. But because I was like, but you could obviously even then she still forced herself like that.
And then Billy Starks landing on that girl's just face, bro, with her whole body, bro.
Crazy work.
From a shooting star press, bro? She just fucking, not shooting star, just a fucking swanton, basically. Landed on that girl's face.
Crazy work, bro. I'm telling you, you're going to get botches. But the problem is, do you want to have them at a high clip to where it's a regular thing? And in the E, I feel like it's more regular than it is in the AEW. As far as how many, we can guarantee botches every damn show now.
I'm gonna say it's equal. I'm gonna say equal.
No, I'm so sorry, sir. It's not.
You know what I was glad about? My boy, Mr. Iguana, botching right away. His first match on WWE, bro. Botched like a motherfucker, bro. And remember I told you last week on the podcast, I said, when I see this motherfucker, I'm going to fast forward.
Yeah.
Bro, I was watching that bitch live. I could not fast forward, bro.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. Mr. Iguana, he done messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look. I think Undertaker is really what he's trying to say is, and I think he's saying it without saying it because he doesn't want to come off as that old man. He doesn't want to come off as throwing someone under the bus. But I'm going to go ahead and say it for him. I feel like he's saying that people isn't taking their craft serious.
Bro, and that's, bro, him and Gunther, bro, he went in, bro. He said, when matches were on, you watch the monitor, you watch the matches, you learn. He said, now everyone filming TikToks backstage, filming reels, filming their social media. He said, back in the day, you watch that monitor, bro. You watch everyone's matches because you can learn from everyone's matches. Right. So, bro, it's times are changing. I get it. But there's still some of Undertaker that needs to be, like, implemented. You know what I'm saying?
You know who I hold responsible? The fans.
Triple H.
No, the fans.
Because we want that TikTok shit.
I hold the fans responsible for not holding the wrestlers accountable, for not putting a dedication to the craft.
Yeah.
That we are fans of or consumers of. They are not putting enough dedication to give us the best product they can give.
Yeah.
Like Undertaker said, you can learn something from everybody. Everybody watch the monitor. Like, you are there to work. Even when you're not working, you need to be learning about the work that you're doing. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're seeing the sloppiness of what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
It's not taking anything away from the talent themselves. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have made it this far to the WWE if they didn't have the talent that they possess.
Yeah.
They are very talented people naturally, but talent only goes so far until you need actual skill and know-how to execute with your talent what you're supposed to do inside the ring. So Undertaker has a point. Gunther has a point.
Yeah.
So
wrestlers back in the day were wrestling 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
WWE superstars are not wrestling 5 nights a week. They might get hopefully 1 match a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even then they're not wrestling 1 match a week sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It's again, it's dedication to the craft.
Yeah.
You gotta love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
They're doing more PR shit than wrestling matches.
Because
they're going on podcasts, they're going on news shows, they're promoting shit and all that. And it was what Undertaker said, you need to be watching other people's matches. Tiffany Stratton on Logan Paul's podcast, they were both talking, this is after SummerSlam. Neither of them watched each other's matches at all. They were like, oh, I didn't watch your match. I didn't watch your match. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. And it's like, y'all was going on the podcast together and you still didn't even watch that person's match, bro. That's what blew my mind. If I'm going on someone's podcast, I'm going to watch their match they had last night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they were like, I didn't watch your match. He's like, I didn't watch your match either. Like, it was so crazy to me, bro.
Listen, in the age of social media, in today's pro wrestling industry. It seems like the wrestlers are more concerned with getting the sizzle of their persona over than actually the meat of their persona down pat. You understand what I mean?
They just trying to make that bag. I get it. You're trying to make that money. I get it.
You're trying to expand your brand. I understand. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is the meat and potatoes of your brand is you performing in that ring. This is what you get people to come out in droves for. And if you want to believe me, look at Will Ospreay. I think a couple of months ago, I've never seen Will Ospreay do that much media than he was on all those interviews and stuff in a while. But before that, why did Will Ospreay have such a following? Why was this dude such a legend, a name that you need to know about even if you didn't watch AEW? Because of his in-ring ability spoke for itself. He didn't need to do TikToks and do all this type of other shit and politics and do podcasts. He just let his in-ring ability do the talking for him. And in the day and age of social media, it's really rare that you see people like Gunther who let the in-ring ability do the talking for them. So yes, they have a point. Undertaker has a point. Gunther has a point. So yeah, it's a definite thing.
Yeah. The funniest thing from the podcast with the Undertaker, Gunther said this fan came to a meet and greet to meet Gunther, drove 9 hours, bro. You know what he told the fan? What? He said, "Don't do that again." He said, "Do something to better your life." He said, "Don't do that again."
Oh, shit.
He said, he's like, "No." He's like, "Do something to better your life. Don't come drive 9 hours to come see me."
Wow.
He said, he was like, "I was just trying to be realistic." He's like, "Why would you waste 18 hours round trip to come see me?" He's like, "Go do something to better your life."
Gunther
He's a real one, bro. He's a real one.
Gunther was shooting or he was fucking working. And I hope he was working up to his character, keeping it kayfabe, keeping it real, right? But I'm pretty sure he understands the power of inspiration. I'm pretty sure he understands that. And the inspiration you give people just by you playing, even though you're playing a character on TV, I think that can really motivate and get people out of slums and out of a dark period in their life so many ways. So give them a boost of confidence.
He said, "Go do some push-ups, bitch. Don't come see me for 9 hours." Keeping it with the Gunther, bro. Bret Hart said he talked to Gunther man to man and told him his chops was bullshit and it's not real wrestling, bro. Bret Hart says this, bro. Bret Hart said, "I told him man to man it's bullshit." He said, "When I used to wrestle Ric Flair, I will wake up the next morning and my chest would hurt." He's like, "My chest ain't supposed to hurt. This isn't real. You're not supposed to hurt the other wrestler." I get it from both sides, bro, because I love seeing the chops, but I get what Bret Hart's saying. You're not supposed to hurt your opponent, but them chops is just going to hurt, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So Bret Hart is telling Gunther that his chops are too hard?
No, he's saying it's bullshit to stop doing it because it's not real wrestling, because you're not supposed to hurt your opponent. Because every time Gunther chops a motherfucker, his chest turns bright red. Sometimes it bleeds. And Bret Hart is like, the goal of pro wrestling is not to hurt your opponent. You're not supposed to wake up hurting except for taking bumps on the mat type shit. You know what I mean?
So Bret Hart, again, the old man, get off my grass shit. This dude is just waking up.
He like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino, bro.
Jesus. Yes, Gran Torino, my boy Clint Eastwood.
Get off my grass.
I like that movie. Get off my grass. Oh, it was a good movie, though, Gran Torino. Listen, Bret Hart, I hope he understands. For him to sit here and think that he knows so much about wrestling and say, "Oh, the whole point is not to hinder you." That is the man. You ain't want to go out there and hurt nobody in real life. But let's say in the pretenses of pro wrestling world, what pro wrestling is, you're not supposed to kill anybody. You're just supposed to incapacitate them just long enough to get a 3 count. So whatever I got to do to rail you down and break you down, to make you tap out and to make you stay down for 3 seconds till I get to win the match, that's what I'm going to do. And chops to the chest, okay? Like Daniel Bryan said, there's nothing wrong with hitting hard in safe places. If you're not waking up sore from a wrestling match, did you have a good match? You understand what I'm saying? The camera doesn't lie. there is only so much you can make believe and disbelieve, like suspend belief. Like, okay, we understand that, but chops, smacks, you're gonna get hit. You have to get hit. There is no other way to have that effect without you getting hit. So, yes, Bret Hart. Yes, it is. The goal is not to hurt the other person because you got to make money together. You can't dance. You can't tango. It takes two to tango, right? But at the same time, it has to be a certain level of physicality to keep people to suspend their disbelief. So it works both ways, but I can promise you, man, if you ain't waking up from no hurtful chest in the morning after getting them chops, you ain't did it right. You ain't did it right. And I guarantee you it's gonna look like shit on TV.
Yeah, yeah. But Bret says nah. That's what Bret says, bro. You know?
That comes from Bill Goldberg busting his ass, and he just so eminent. He's just he's a spokesman of safe wrestling. This is what he is. He's a spokesman for safe wrestling. So he's grumpy. He's old. And he has resentment. He needs to let it go. He needs to let it go. It was an accident. You work in a physical sport. Shit happens. You gotta let it go, bro. You can't hold it against this motherfucker. He didn't do it on purpose. Like, he act like Goldberg said, you know what? I think I'm gonna wake up today. I want to injure Bret Hart and end his fucking career. That's what I want to do today. That's exactly what I'm gonna do today. Yeah, I don't understand the hate, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's weird, man.
All right, bro. Saudi Arabia. The word on the street. They're getting WrestleMania 2027, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal signed with Saudi. We don't know. I'm not mad, bro. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to afford to be able to go to WrestleMania regardless. So if it's in Saudi Arabia with a lit crowd, I'm here for it. And guess what? That means that motherfucker going to start at what? 2 p.m. our time? I ain't got to fucking worry about like anticipation all day. Like, bro, I went out with my wife Sunday. We went shopping for her trip to fucking Italy or whatever. We're at a bar. It's like 3:30. I'm just so antsy for night 2 of SummerSlam to start, bro. I'm like, can this motherfucker start already? Like, I just want it to start. If it's in Saudi Arabia, bro, let's get it started right away, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it started at 2, 3 in the afternoon. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. How do you feel about Saudi Arabia taking away a WrestleMania outside of the country besides Canada? Canada's had a couple, but how do you feel?
I'm not a fan of Saudi Arabia having a WrestleMania, and for this reason and one reason only.
The women cannot wear what they want to wear. Express what they want to express. I don't know why they can't make that a deal, bro.
On the grandest stage of them all. And you know, WrestleMania is known for the entrances and the music and the pageantry and the new wrestling gear.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
The women can't do that because now they got to be creative and try to wear some skin tight shit. But I just feel like,
at least it ain't baggy t-shirts no more.
At least it's not baggy t-shirts no more. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just feel like anywhere but Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania would have been great. But do it in London, do it overseas. You want to have a WrestleMania off the soil of America, go right ahead.
But who's got that money, bro?
Well, of course, Saudi got the oil money. You know what I mean? But I'm not a big fan of it. When it was announced, I didn't jump for glee. You know what I mean? I was just like, all right.
They said next year's Royal Rumble in Saudi is going to look like Power Rangers fight when all the women are in the Royal Rumble, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I can stand by this. Crown Jewel is one of the most PLEs I don't have no anticipation.
You care for the least.
I don't look for it. I don't even care about it, to be honest with you.
This one's in Australia though, so I think it'll be a little different because they can do what they want in Australia type shit. But I didn't think a Crown Jewel would leave fucking Saudi. It's kind of weird that they're doing that, especially after they fucking made those belts last year. Yeah, those big fucking god awful belts. Yeah, that look expensive though. They look expensive. That's all I'm saying.
They stand where they right and they go. So
yeah, bro. All right, bro. Mamazilla, bro.
Oh, here she come.
Rikishi beef, bro. She went after Rikishi, bro. She said,
"Let's talk about it,
bro." Apparently, Rikishi didn't do shit to help the Usos. Didn't do shit. It was all Umaga. Rikishi was jealous of Umaga, bro. How you feel? What do you feel about this situation?
So again,
this don't seem like a work.
This definitely ain't no work, and if it is, it's a good damn work. It's a work in the internet. Again, I feel like the new kayfabe is to work the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. If it's going to put more eyes on Zilla, if it's going to get people talking about Rikishi, if it's going to formulate a new persona, which is Mama Zilla, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. Everybody's going to benefit from it. You know. But I'll tell you like this: if there's any truth to any of those stories, bro, oh boy. And Mama Zilla gonna have. She said, I should write a book." Well, you write a book. You go ahead and write a damn book. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people ears wide open. Like, is that really true? Did Rikishi have hatred for his own brother? Was he jealous of his own brother? Did he not help the Usos? But you know what? It makes sense why the Usos have so much love for their
Umaga.
uncle. They always had so much love for Umaga. Like, man, our uncle Umaga, you know, they always do that. They always would. And that's like, damn, why is they doing that? Because based on what Mama Zilla said, they took him in. They the ones who got him in the wrestling. They're the ones who trained them and provided for them and cooked for them and fed them and kept them nourished and had them go out there and do the damn thing. So, I mean, shit, you know.
Yeah. And I remember seeing that one clip from the Diva show or whatever where when Big Jim and Naomi were getting married and Rikishi didn't go to the fucking wedding, bro, because he was doing like a signing or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if that was one of the reasons
not.
why he didn't want to go to the wedding. I think the other reason was he wasn't very approving of who Jim was selecting to be his wife.
You never know, bro. You never know. All right, bro. Before we'll go to your word on the street, but bro, how'd you feel about this SummerSlam crowd, bro? A lot of backlash going with this crowd. People were saying it was weak as shit, all that shit. I defended it a little bit and said, you know, with an open air stadium, the sound doesn't come back down because there's no roof. It just exit the stadium, you know. Then I saw videos of people outside the stadium, a ways away from the stadium, recording the stadium, and you can hear the whole crowd going, "You can't see me." Like, so like, do you think this is why I hate outdoor stadiums? Daylight, crowd noise exits, put that shit in the dome. How you feel? Was the crowd lackluster or was the crowd okay?
The crowd definitely, at times when it was supposed to pop, it did, and it was loud. Yeah. But when it was down periods, it was quiet as a mouse in there. So the crowd wasn't the best. Yeah. This wasn't the best crowd, but it's in New Jersey. What's legal in New Jersey? Weed. Motherfuckers in that bitch high as hell, bro. When you high, you ain't gonna do a lot of damn cheering and yearing and stuff, bro. You gonna be chilling.
Jersey and New York can smoke the za, bro.
Yeah, it's legal. You know what I'm saying? So people was either on edibles or they was smoking za. You know what I'm saying? So the crowd wasn't the best SummerSlam crowd, but I don't think it was as bad as what people make it out to be.
Yeah, I think the noise exits the stadium, man. It just happens. It's just what it is, you know. But what you got, bro? Word on the streets. Brought to you by Woo Energy.
We've actually covered it with the Karrion Kross and Paul Heyman, the joint. That was what I was going to get into. And then the MVP joint, that was the one you brought up with. I was going to get into that one. So, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the word on the street. That's it.
We got some fan questions, big dog.
Let's go, fan questions.
This is a question I want to ask you because we're both fans of AEW and WWE, bro.
Yes, sir.
Selling, no selling. We know that's a big argument with the WWE, AEW fans on this side. When do you, what are your opinions on it? Like, should you always sell? AEW sometimes doesn't sell sometimes, bro. What are your opinions on it?
I think for the most part, you need to sell in a certain type of way. See, I think some people have the idea is if you're not acting like the shit damn near killed you, you're not selling.
Yeah.
But it depends on what the move is. If I'm getting slammed on my back and getting the wind knocked out of me, I'm going to sell a different way opposed to just a strike. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sell the same way for both that affects me in different ways as far as the pain threshold. You know what I'm saying? So how I sell a brain buster ain't going to be the same way as how I sell a motherfucker boot me in the face. It's not going to be the same because they both are targeting different areas of your body and both are coming at different velocity and different speeds. So I think what AEW does is they do a lot of fast-paced striking to where people, when they don't see the people selling, like overly selling, like, forearm to the face, and they're not like this. They're like, they're not selling. Well, I mean, shit, shake it off and keep going. Shake it off and keep going. I mean, that's been around for forever. If you don't believe me, look at New Japan Pro Wrestling. Look at international wrestling. These things are prevalent all around. It's just that in the WWE, it's a dramatic, more based type wrestling style. So they overly sell everything, which program people to thinking that, oh my God, they don't sell like how they do over here, so they're not selling. But that's not true.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing with WWE fans hate on AEW is like when like Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland both got hit with a Canadian Destroyer, Mexican Destroyer, American Destroyer, whatever you want to call the move. And then they both like kind of do that Hulk up thing and then hit their fucking finisher.
Yeah.
And then they all fall on the floor. I think that's the biggest problem with WWE people. And I'm like, I get it, but it's like an adrenaline rush.
Exactly.
I got to counteract this real quick and then I sell. Like,
exactly.
There is selling in AEW. It's just a different type of selling. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah. It is. And it's just like you said, it's adrenaline. Like, just like in basketball or any kind of sport, if you get hurt, but you're in the middle of the play.
Braun Breaker.
There you go. You know?
He was actually hurt. This motherfucker had adrenaline to keep him going.
I've seen running backs in the NFL do all types of moves, and at the end of when they get tackled, and they stay down for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And it's not because they got tackled. They injured themselves, tore a hamstring or sprained the ankle 10 yards back, but because of the adrenaline, they still was able to finish the play and get more yards.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same type of thing. It depends on the moment of when these Hulk ups and this adrenaline pops up and these no sells pop up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I really, like you said, I think AEW sells one way, WWE sells one way, and I feel like it's all about the moment. And that moment with Young Bucks and Kenny, or Young Bucks and Ospreay and Swerve, that was a perfect moment. It was at the height of the match. It was like towards the end of the match. It was building up for the finish, and the Young Bucks tried a series of moves, and then they tried a series of moves, and boom, they hulked up, and they made for a great spot. So I don't know if they're jealous because AEW, they low key does like shit, because that's the true definition of a hater. If you really like something, but you just want to spew negativity about it because you are so biased, that's a definition of a hater. That's a true hater.
Yeah. And you gotta watch both products with different eyeballs. That's all I'm saying, man.
You do.
And we're just watching with the same eyeballs and realize they're fucking different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You do.
If you're always comparing AEW and WWE, you're not gonna like one or the other. If I can just enjoy, like, I like to watch cooking shows and I like to watch football. I'm not gonna be like, man, I wish that cooking show was more like football. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You know what I'm saying?
To our own fandom of football, we both big football heads. I've seen people who try to watch college football with the same odds and try to watch the NFL football,
and you cannot.
Different.
It's completely different.
That's different.
And I'm not a fan of college football because I'm such a fan
of NFL football.
NFL football,
right?
And I understand. I don't talk shit about college football,
right?
I'm just not going to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
As prevalent.
Yeah.
Like you watch some, but it's not something
I watch some. Yeah.
Right. The big matchups like me. Like I'm a dog fan. Big dog fan. Hey, if the dogs ain't really playing, I'm not really watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. But NFL, I will, if the Falcons ain't
I'll
playing.
I'll watch any game in the NFL.
There's a marquee game on Sunday night or Monday night, I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just, you got to know what you're watching. And I don't think a lot of people understand and know what they're watching. I really don't think they do.
Yeah. It's two separate things, man.
And
all right, bro.
Well, hold on. And
go ahead.
They need to understand there are different styles of pro wrestling. Like, the WWE focus more on the drama side of pro wrestling because it is a drama. It is a soap opera. But the WWE focus more on that aspect of wrestling. AEW focus more on the in-ring attraction of wrestling.
And you know what's crazy?
Either one is not wrong.
You know what's crazy is every other promotion is more like AEW than they are like WWE.
Right.
WWE is the juggernaut. They're at the top. They're their own thing. New Japan, Lucha Libre, all these other things, AAA, blah, blah, blah. They're all more like AEW than they are like WWE.
Right.
That's why WWE is sending coaches to AAA to teach them the WWE way to wrestle. You know what I'm saying?
The character.
More wrestling across pro wrestling across the world is more like AEW than it is WWE.
Yes.
That's a fact, guys.
By
You
far.
cannot argue that.
By far.
New Japan, Hulk talked about it all the time in New Japan. He said, I wrestle way different in New Japan. And we talked about it. He does the locks, the toe drags, the this.
Right.
In WWE, he's over here doing this for the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's completely different. WWE is the big company. But all the other companies are not like WWE at all.
Right. Pro wrestling
and TNA used to not be like WWE, but now they're getting more like WWE because of this partnership.
They definitely are.
Yeah. Go back and watch Impact Wrestling, y'all. Go back when AJ Styles was in TNA. It was nothing like WWE, bro. Nothing like it.
That's what made it pop. It was the alternate to WWE. Like I said, because they're a drama-based promotion. Everything is dramatic. Everything is all about the story. Everything is about the whole interaction. Yeah. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just know
we love both companies. We love both companies.
Yeah, of course. But just know what you're watching.
It's easy, guys. I promise. You can love both companies. It's very easy.
If you love this thing called pro wrestling, you should like both companies. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like if you really love pro wrestling itself, not just the acronyms of the promotions, you should really like both companies for what they bring.
Yeah. All right, bro. We get little sis Addison M. She wants to know what's your favorite match of all time. And I want to do this two ways. I want to go, I'm going to add to it. I'm going to go AEW, WWE. I'm going to start. You already know my AEW pick. It's going to be the Young Bucks versus Swerve Strickland and Jon Moxley. Close second is going to be that fucking, what was it, Anarchy in the Arena match I just watched, bro. That shit was fucking bananas, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was so good. But for WWE, I think I have to take Hogan and Rock, bro. It has to,
good
right?
one.
Or TLC 2. TLC 2. I know I gave 2 for both, but I have to go those ones right there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What about you, bro? AEW.
My favorite match I've ever seen. That's hard. But still to this day, I still got to go with Will Ospreay to Takeshita at Revolution.
Yep. That's a good one.
That shit was amazing.
Solid.
My second one, it was a hard time because I like Daniel Bryanson versus Kyle Fletcher before he shaved his hair. That shit was so amazing. Matter of fact, I remember me texting you like, bro, I know you don't watch AEW, but you need to watch Kyle Fletcher, Bryan Danielson. That shit was dope as fuck. But I'm going to have to lean a little bit more on Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. 1 hour match that was on Dynamite. Fucking fun. It was great. So those are my 2 in AEW. WWE, automatically I'm going to go ahead and say WrestleMania 25, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. That was the epitome. They really tore it down. My second one, Hogan and Rock is definitely there for me. But I'm trying to think, is there another match?
I would say Hell in a Cell, Undertaker and Mankind. That shit was phenomenal as well. That shit was phenomenal. I remember watching that in my youth.
I really enjoyed
what the fuck has happened.
The 60-minute Iron Man match between Shawn Michaels versus HBK. That was good.
Damn, that's one of my favorites too, bro. That's one of my favorites as well, bro.
Oh, man. Who else? There was another match that was just had me in awe. A lot of people, bear with me. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam. That was one of my favorite matches. The squash match. I'm gonna tell you why.
Suplex City, bitch.
Yes, the birth of Suplex City. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Because that match took me out of being a wrestling fan and put me to be a John Cena fan. Because at one point I was like, John Cena, get the fuck up, bro. Like, do something. Because he was jacking him up so much. And this is when Cena was super Cena. When Cena was not just dominating the competition, but he would always win. He will always muster up the courage, not cheat, but find a way fortitude to get through these matches and win. So To see Brock Lesnar dominate the Super Cena at the prime of his career, it was unseen. It was unheard of. It was unbelievable, bro. It was crazy. With that being said, we can't forget about the streak being broken by Brock Lesnar to the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
And that's what happened. Do you know that's why the Suplex City happened, right? That was John Cena's call.
Yeah,
because he's like, you just beat Undertaker at Mania, and then you can't have a 30-minute match with me. You got to wreck me, bro.
Right. You got to squash me. You got to be legit. You got to be the one and only true alpha male of our species. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out Pat McAfee. So those matches right there stick out in my mind a lot. Yeah.
Like Rogan said, bro. He said Brock Lesnar looks like the guy that would use you as a condom to fuck someone else.
Jesus Christ. Damn. And for AEW side, how can I forget? How can I remiss by not adding in the Hollywood ending match, Tony Storm, Brian May. Also one of the best matches I've ever seen in AEW.
Great match.
It told a great story all the way around. So yeah. So it's pretty hard.
All right, bro.
There are some bangers though. There are some bangers out there. So
yeah, we're missing some. We know we're missing some.
Yeah, we
guys.
are. Oh shit!
Put yours in the comments, y'all. If y'all are listening, your greatest matches ever. Put them in the comments. Yeah, I'm not as high on that match as everyone else.
Really,
bro?
Do you know why people are so high on that match?
Because it was like the first one, like that was like that style, just nonstop. I get it, but like comparatively, I'm all right. Y'all can hate me. I don't care. It's just not for me.
Those type of style matches were great. So I mean, it's a plethora, but we didn't hit them all. But like Aaron McKee said, comment down the bottom. Let us know what we missed.
Put them in the comments.
That's right.
All right, bro. Expo 54, WrestleMania 42 main event predictions, and I want Cody Roman 3. That's my prediction, and I hope it happens. And then I would say if they can make it last this long, Rhea versus Io Sky with Rhea finally beating Io Sky. That would be my other main event. Night 1, night 2. What you got?
My personal main event, WrestleMania 42. Roman Reigns going to win as the WWE champion. His challenger is the hometown hero,
Karrion Kross.
Karrion motherfucking Kross.
He might be that big by then, bro. He might have that stone cold push, bro.
A match. That would be a match for the ages because then you can do a great callback to where Karrion Kross put that time clock on the edge of that ring apron and said, your time is ticking as tribal chief. Bring a callback to that. Have the journey of Karrion Kross going through this. He's not signed yet, and he makes an appearance, and then he's Royal Rumble. He wins the fucking Royal Rumble. You got the crowd behind Kross. We want Kross's more prevalent than ever, and he's on the road to WrestleMania to face the one and the only tribal chief Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship in his hometown of Las Vegas, WrestleMania 42. What a storybook ending! What a story to have. You tell me a better story than that one, and don't tell me
Cody has potential. That has potential if Karrion Kross keeps going on this work project that we keep talking about. It could work. All right, well, give me a female main event, bro. Give me a female. Could be a triple threat. Could be anything.
A female main event with everything.
Could be an AJ Lee return.
No.
AJ Lee return. No.
I'm going to go with the way how's everything been shaping up. I think this would be a great main event. Bianca Belair versus Naomi for the women's world championship. And they pick back up.
What about a triple threat? Throwing Jade. Triple threat throwing Jade?
Nah, we ain't doing all that.
Triple threat throwing Jade, bro?
No.
All right.
No. I think it has more meat and juice to it when it's just the two. Bianca, the former friend, Naomi, the caution, this new persona going against the EST, because this ain't the same Naomi you knew. This ain't the glow. So, and you have the title on the line. And then there's this history. This is perfect. This is perfect cinema for them WrestleMania 42, man. So I think that would be a great women's. Obviously, something I would look forward to. Bianca versus Naomi for the championship. You know, another men's match that would be great for WrestleMania main event. Let's say if that's the one for Roman for the WWE Championship. Let's say for the world title. I would like to see Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins for the world title.
Yeah.
This is now the vision is falling apart. The vision, Rollins is getting too big for his britches, as like we say in the South. You know what I'm saying? And Braun Breaker has become that overly great babyface that is on a mission to not only redeem his name against Rollins in this faction, but to make sure Rollins understand that he was the heart and soul of Vision, not him, and that he's on his way out and he's on his way up and he's coming for that title, and the dog's gonna be barking in Sin City. That's what I think. That'd be great right there. That'd be great right there.
That'd be classic. That'd be classic right there.
And that would be Braun Breaker's first main event at WrestleMania. First of many.
Yeah. All right, bro. We got Relay Girl. Do you see another active wrestler going into the WWE Hall of Fame like Rey Mysterio going in as an active wrestler in the Hall of Fame? And I say yes, Randy Orton.
Randall's.
I think that's my only option right there.
I say yes. Natalia. That's the one I was going to choose, Natalia. I say yes. Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Roman Reigns going in as an active wrestler?
I see Roman Reigns still being part-time active, but still going to honestly see that. Definitely when they know he's coming down, like, let's say it was his last year, right? Oh, shit. Could we see John Cena going to WrestleMania 42, Hall of Fame, knowing that this is his last year?
But he'll be done by then. He's done by December, bro. He's done by December.
But technically, he still was active within the calendar year of WrestleMania.
So it'll be 4 months later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He retired in December. WrestleMania was in April. You know, I would still consider that an active wrestler still going in because he just.
We need a WWE Hall of Fame we can go visit. That's what we need. Like the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame, the NBA Hall of Fame. I want somewhere where I can go visit and look at all these Hall of Fame people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I honestly think it should be a pro wrestling Hall of Fame in general, and I think the WWE needs to have its own. So I think that'll be it.
That's fair.
I think that's fair.
All right, bro. Bookman, the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh.
Was it a work or a shoot?
Wait.
What was it? Was the whole thing a work, bro? Or was it a shoot?
And we talked about this, and we actually clipped this before on the pod.
Yeah.
I said it was a work. You know what I'm saying? At the time.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Because Cody Rhodes on the pod, who was he on the pod with? I forget who was on
his
the pod
with.
with.
Or he was on someone else's pod.
He was on someone else's pod. But he was like, bro, like, I mean, when did they allow cameras in the, because we all saw the documentary from Bret Hart, the Wrestling with Shat or whatever it was.
Yeah.
They were like, WWE would never allow cameras backstage. You don't see Vince McMahon get hit, but you see him coming out hobbling and stuff. Yeah. Bro, was Bret Hart involved in the whole work? Or was it a shoot?
I think it was a work, and they're wrong. They did let cameras backstage in WWE because they let them backstage when it was WrestleMania 9.
Yeah, but this is non-WWE cameras, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is Bret Hart. They're filming this fucking documentary on Bret Hart.
Right, Wrestling with Shadows. But the thing is, the WWE had to sign off on that whole thing. You understand what I'm saying?
It was all work.
They allow the cameras back there, and they allow them to catch certain footage of things, and knowing and it can't be released until the WWE clears it because they are filming within their company. So of course the WWE knew that shit was out. Of course the WWE saw the Vince McMahon footage when he walked out with a black eye. He looked dazed and confused. They knew it. They cleared it. They approved it. It was it was a work. I feel like it was a work.
Yeah.
I think Bret
I think it was the ultimate work.
Got into a room and it was like, look, how can we send you off without you losing? Like and satisfy you not losing, but we still get the title.
Give you Aura in WWE.
Right.
Give Aura to both companies.
Right.
Oh, bro. God, I would love to know the real fucking story, bro. I would pay money to know the real story.
That
probably
story,
$30 a month. $30 a month is what I paid another real story.
That story and the story of the brawl out between Punks and Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. I would like to hear the real story of that shit too, bro. I would love to hear the real story of that.
Hell yeah, bro. All right, bro. Last question. Paul J. He wants to know who's going to end their career with a better career. Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, or Solo Sikoa? That's a tough one, bro. Because, like, if we're talking tag team, which we really can't because this seems individual.
Right.
And Paul Heyman shouted out Big Jim on the podcast. He said, Big Jim, he's starting to get a following, man. He's starting to get a following.
Yeah.
But Jay right now, world champion, Solo U.S. champion, but tribal chief for a little bit. Big Jim's kind of, if we're talking just Solo career, Big Jim's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Solo's
number
Jay.
2, then Jay. But who will have the better career when it's all said and done? I don't know. I think it's still,
when it's all said and done.
I think it's still too young to say. I think
if you had to put $100 on it, bro, $100.
I can't make a bet on somebody I ain't know about, bro. You know what I mean? Like the obvious choice right now.
That's what
Jay.
Bets are, bro. That's what bets are. Is something you don't know, bro.
But I'm saying, but you got to have an educated guess. I can't even make an educated guess because I think Jim is still bubbling, and I think Solo is still on his ascension. I think Jay has tapped out. I think this is Jay's roof. This is where he's at. He can't get any bigger than this. This is it. I promise you, because there's only so many layers to that gimmick that he can actually unfold. So he's tapped out, and now it's about longevity. How long can they stretch it out for him to get enough juice out of this persona in the WWE? So, like I said, it's too early to say until we see, because Big Jim could pop off and that shit can be bigger than Jay shit.
Yeah, it could, because
he actually has more layers to his personality than Jay. He's more charismatic. He's actually funny. He knows how to do the facial things. He's very selling with the face and stuff. So, and he's actually a better all-around wrestler in the ring than Jay is too. So, yeah, he is. Think about it.
If I had $100, I'm putting it on Solo. Charisma. Just charisma alone, bro. The younger brother, he's got more time, obviously. That's why I'm betting. I'm a smart man when I bet. I would give it to Solo. I think by the time all said and done, he's definitely not going to have the tag team prestige as the Usos did at all. But this is just Solo career. Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa.
Doesn't all that, bro. Comment, bro. But you got anything else? Word on the street, big dog.
We got to do our weekly segment of underrated.
Oh, shit.
Overrated. Or spot on. All right. This week's. Last
totally
week.
Forgot about this week, but it ain't my week.
It ain't your week. It's my week. So you're good. You're good. Last week, we went with China. Week before that, we went DDP. This week, I would like to go ahead and have this person, because it's a good way to make him stand out. Good clip for us to have. Mr. Mike Mazarian, The Miz. Overrated, underrated, or spot on?
Underrated.
Why?
Hands down. Bro, he's just a constant. He's like I said previously, I'd be a yes guy. He turns chicken shit into chicken salad, bro. That's what he does. Every time he's dealt with anything. He made Mello, honestly, people liked Mello before. We didn't get this "we want Mello" until the Miz rubbed shoulders with Mello. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He makes people better. His promo game is amazing, bro.
Top notch.
Yes. And the motherfucker can bang in the ring. So like remember when Gunther had the Intercontinental Championship? I think it was like a Raw or SmackDown or whatever it was. The crowd turned that match and wanted Miz to win, bro.
That's very true. Underrated, most definitely for me. And I am tired of hearing people say one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time is Miz versus John Cena. That match wasn't a bad match. It was actually
he got concussed, bro.
He got concussed, but it was the elements of The Rock coming out and rock bottom John Cena, and Miz gets the wins, and the fact that Miz retains his title over a peak prime John Cena, which no one would have guessed. Everybody thought John Cena was gonna get his other title. Everybody had John Cena winning this match, but he didn't win. He lost in the ATL and the Georgia Dome for WrestleMania. Yeah, he's very great on the mic. His persona has always been consistent. He's very believable as a persona on TV. He's very innovative in the ring. He always will pull a little something in his arsenal that we haven't seen, and he'll utilize it. So I feel like the Miz is very underrated, and I guarantee you, the Miz is going to be one of those personalities when he's not there anymore. You're going to miss him. You're going to understand how good he really was.
Yep.
So underrated for me, underrated from you. So Miz, very underrated. But you get your flowers today because you're very underrated, Miz. And I'm telling you, he may go down as one of those. You know what? Who was fucking good as fuck, and nobody give him props. Miz. So
yeah, he's definitely. I mean, Grand Slam champion, bro. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, no doubt.
Definitely. So yeah, it's definitely the Miz. You know what I mean? Underrated. Anything else, Oos?
Nah, man. This is the first episode sponsored by Woo Energy. Let's go, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
One more announcement for you guys. The 4-4 HEELZ podcast teaming up with Woo Energy Drink. We would now be starting a merch giveaway. We have some Woo merchandise we can give away. We're going to have some 4-4 HEELZ merchandise. I'm talking about like this hat. We got the hats. You like the shirts? We got shirts. You like the koozies? We got koozies. We got standstill signs. We've got it all. We're going to have a 4-4 HEELZ merch giveaway. So every week we're going to pick a winner, and it's going to be, you like our takes, whether you like them, whether you disagree with them. Comment on below. And if you make one of the best takes of the week of that topic that we have, we're going to select you, put your name in the hat, and by the week's end, we're going to select the winner. We're going to reach out to you through your DM, ask for your address, and send you some merch. Let you pick. You want a hat? You want a shirt? You want a koozie? You want some Woo Energy Drink gear? Man, we have it all for you. Just stay tuned. Watch Word on the Street, and we'll be coming around the Pike line very soon when we're actually going to get it started. So make sure you stay tuned. The 4-4 HEELZ podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Roster Reels on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube again. Word on the Street shows. Watch top 5 AEW, top 5 WWE. Like I said, we're still growing. We're only going to get bigger from here. We appreciate all the love and support that anybody who comes to our page likes, shares, or comments on any of our reels. We most definitely like that. To any of the other podcasts we work with, On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, shout out to you boys. Most definitely, HEELZ for Life. We see you doing the thing over there on TikTok, and most definitely, Woo Energy Drink. Appreciate you. Shout out to Mike Taylor.
Bye, Woo Energy.
Yeah, we're going next time. Hopefully next week, by the time you see, we'll have some Woo Energy Drink things on the pod, but it hasn't got here yet. But yes, it's official. So keep it locked, keep it right. We're gonna keep it right. Deuces.
Deuces.